Hey guys, welcome back to The Fishing Teacher, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel today to hang out with me a little bit. And guys, today I want to have a little conversation about if you've ever thought about quitting bass fishing where you're just getting burned out on it. I think we all go through that from time to time, and I sort of want to give you guys my perspective on it as far as how I've dealt with that and other people I've been talking to. So we're going to dig into that, and curious to get your guys' feedback as well. Also, guys, thank you very much, man, for everybody that's taken time to subscribe here to The Fishing Teacher. Free and easy to do so if you haven't, man. We've only got like 30% of the people that watch any of my videos are actually subscribed. But hitting that subscribe button and hitting that like button, hitting the hype button, and also, guys, joining up as a channel member or Patreon member is a great way to support the channel, along with using all the links that I put in every video description. So appreciate that before we get started here. Okay, guys, I get this, not as much from me it is, but I'll tell you a little bit about my own experience with this, but I get a lot of my buddies that they get mad about something, or you're bummed out from not catching fish or whatever, and they're going to say, man, I'm just going to sell all my tackle. I'm ready to get out of it. Of course, they never do. They always come back a little bit later there. But I think it's pretty common that if you get into a rut, say you go out there and you're spending money and you're just not catching nothing, a lot of times what happens is you'll have a problem with your boat and motor. Say, for example, you blow your motor on your boat and it's going to cost a lot to get fixed, or you got a crack in your hull or something like that, some type of a setback, and just not wanting to compete against the technology. I hear a lot of that. A lot of people I've been talking to that don't like the whole live scope deal, they just say it's not fun anymore. I can't compete. It's just not the same as it used to be. I'm getting out of it. And I have been in the same situation, a little bit different scenario, because back when I was fishing all the national circuits like Bassmaster Top 150s and the FLW Tour, I was traveling all over the country, and I was away from home close to 150 days a year. So I spent decades, guys, being away from my friends and family for a lot of the year. And I just got burned out on it, and I got burned out on it a couple times. It's like, man, is this really worth it? Is this how I want to lead my life, living away from my friends and family half the year? So we all have different things that we just get sort of disillusioned with a little bit. So let me give you a little bit of my thoughts on this, all my tips and advice. First of all, you don't ever want to stop fishing. The reason that you got into fishing, guys, you have to remember what it felt like when you started out. That love of fishing that you first had, that is the PowerPoint of it. And the thing about fishing, it is the most therapeutic thing that anybody can do. I firmly believe that, guys. When you are fishing, so much of the cares of the world just drift away. Guys, I have fished with some of the most disadvantaged people that had more crap going on than you can believe. And just for a moment in time, when they get out on the water, they'll forget about their problems. And it just sort of melts away, especially if you're catching some fish. And then the fact that just being outside in nature, having the sun on your face, the wind on your face, the rain on you, there's a powerful healing aspect that comes with being out in the elements. And then the whole magic and the mystery of bass fishing. And this is one of the things that I always talk about a lot with my anti-tech stance that I have, is that, you can't ever discount that whole wonderment of not knowing what you could possibly catch. You don't have any idea what's over there around that next bend. And then when you do figure it out and things come together, it is just so much fun. So you have to remember those times. You have to remember what it's like and the love that you initially had for that. And sometimes that means stepping back a little bit. Maybe you just need to take a break for a month or something. Just not go to the lake for a month. Mess around with your tackle, or organize your fishing lures. Just stay off the water. Or go fishing for something else. Go crappie fishing. Throw out a big chunk of liver and try to catch a channel catfish or something. Or go walleye fishing to try to get some dinner. Put on a bobber with a worm and go fishing for bluegill. Just something a little bit different than bass fishing, because bass fishing is difficult, guys. There's nothing easy about it. I mean, unless you fish a private body of water that's full of hogs, or some farm pond that never gets fished, where the fish will jump on anything, if you have to fish a public body of water, it's a grind most of the time. It's harder more than it's not hard. So a lot of times you'll get burned out. I mean, people, you got your boat payments, you got gas in your truck and your boat, and you say, is it worth it? So sometimes you just have to take a step back a little bit. But guys, I just want to encourage everybody, don't give up on it. Guys, as much as I critique the sport and as I'm critical of the sport, it's not the sport that I'm critical of, it's the people that have influenced it to where it's at today. Don't give it up, because it is the greatest sport on the earth, man. There's nothing more wholesome and healthy and awesome than throwing out a plastic worm, on a point or something and filling that tap and setting the hook. It is just make you feel alive. So, but if you feel like that, guys, if you're feeling like you're just sort of like ready to get out of it, you're join the crowd. A lot of people have. Just sort of, hang in there, stay with it a little bit, and you'll come back to love it at some point.